imagine what we could be, me and you. Come stumbling out the club, man. You say you got a boyfriend, I'm asking where you at. I'm trying to see you again tomorrow, run it back. Facts. I ain't waiting online, I can't even hear tone dial. Say that that's your bestie, but where are all your friends now? Say we linking up at after parties from sun up till sundown.
I guess you out here with your no Can't even hate, grab a cup and toast it up. But your ladies, they been fighting for some bucks. Can't even hate, grab a cup and toast it up. Yo, last nigga, that nigga was lame as fuck. Got to the city, so you pulled up to the party, yeah. We out in Dallas and that bitch look like a star. Walking and swinging the hips like the red carpet. I'm staying low-key cause I'm rich and I'm a target. I can't be hanging with them cause I'm young and heartless. A lot of niggas talking trash but they still garbage. I gotta whip it in finesse, I got the sauce, bitch. I gotta run, I can't be fucking up a check, bitch. 2-chain necklace. She flossing, skin is glossy and her neck lit. Went on vacation, couldn't hang them bitches reckless. Now they tryna hit the chat, you ducking texts.
Spent the weekend out in Texas. You fine and you pretty, girl, you get this. Didn't wanna fuck my check, fuck out my check-in. Use the walking bad, you need to get it. I guess you get it, guess you get it, guess you get it, and get it now. I guess you get it, guess you get it, guess you get it, and you get it.
I guess you out here with your no
Nah, bro, don't worry about that. How's your day going? Happy Saturday.
Over there. Saturday's good. I went for a run this morning. Had a little breakfast.
Yes, sir.
A smoothie.
You from this area?
I'm from Boston.
Oh, that's why you representing the B on the hat. Big B.
Big B, baby.
That's what's up. When'd you move down to Texas?
I've been in Texas 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 years in September.
How you liking it?
I love it here.
Yeah, bro. Let me move this.
The people are oh yeah, it's kind of blocking the view there. The people here are awesome. Very hospitable, easygoing. I love the girls. They're super sweet.
Yeah.
They're not like a lot of the East Coast girls, up north girls. Yeah, Southern girls, you know. It's a good vibe.
That's what's up, man. So, hey, look, I just want to sit down. I just want to say, you know, we just sat down, but welcome to the podcast, man. Welcome to Halftime Radio Show. It's your boy, Uncle JB, with the man himself, Mr. Biscuit Head. And as you can see already today, we got a great podcast lined up with a dope artist that's right here in y'all background here in Dallas. And y'all probably looking around like, damn, like, where we at?
Where they at?
Where we at? You know what I'm saying? It's a little different from, you know, the norm. Yeah. And we want to give a shout out to Skybox Studios, man, for hosting us. We really appreciate them, their hospitality. And if you a local artist in Dallas, or if you even around the area, man, if you're creative, tap in with Skybox as well, bro. I promise you we'll put the information here so everybody can see it, but make sure you tap in and you join the wave of what they got going on here, because as you can see, it's pretty damn dope. But with that said, man, MaZing, I appreciate you joining the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. I'm just grateful to be here.
Yes, sir. And real quick, man, your name is interesting. Like, where that come from? Where did that stem from? Where'd that come from?
So MaZing, I kind of made it a play on the word amazing, because my name's Mark Anthony. So like a lot of people, they would call me M.A. And I just MaZing, took the A off. And then one of my boys, he started calling me MaZing. He's like, nah. I was like, MaZing. He's like, nah, it should be MaZing. That's fire.
Yeah.
And he was one of my homies that really supported me in the music. He unfortunately passed away on a motorcycle accident a few years ago, but every time I think about the name, I remember him, and it's part of the reason why I chose to go with that enunciation of it, you know what I'm saying?
It's a purpose to it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More than just like a name. You feel me? And I was actually kind of listening. We were listening to your music earlier, man. Like, you definitely got a different vibe to you. You feel me? So, like, how would you, I guess, describe your music to like the first time listener?
I call it psychedelic cloud rap.
Okay.
I'd like to make bedroom pop, alternative hip hop, and yeah, I'm just kind of just doing my own thing with it, going with, what feels natural, what speaks to me, drawing on inspiration, and then finding the sonically what goes with it, and then just trying to tell my story.
Did it take you a while to find that sound? You feel me? Yeah, it did. What was you said your inspiration? What was you pulling from to get there?
I have a wide range of music that influenced me, especially growing up, because we listen to a lot of reggae, soca music, because my family's from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, my mother's side, and then my pops, he Irish and Italian, so he listens to a lot of rock music, and that's his vibe. But he likes some of the old school hip hop shit too, like Digital Underground, the Tupac shit, just different stuff, even like Beastie Boy shit. But yeah, man, I just would say that all of it influenced me. I started making music. When I started making music, I was doing hip hop, like recording. But growing up, I was in like African dance class playing the djembe drum. I played violin. I played piano. So
there's a lot of cultural aspect too. You're not just like, making R&B, pop music, that style just because it sound good. Like
Right.
it's coming from a root.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, no, that is cool. I mean, when the average person, like the first time that they, turn on your music, what should they like try to notice? What should they like? What stands out? What are you really like locking in on, honing in on about your sound that's gonna make them like it's gonna differentiate you and kind of make them want to come back?
I really would like them to focus on the feeling that they have when they're listening to the music.
Okay.
I feel like that's the most important thing, because that's what I'm drawing on when I'm creating. I like to keep the audience in mind, when I'm drawing. So I say the feeling for sure.
And what goes into that process? Like when you trying to bring out your next song, like what kind of gets you in that mode or in that zone to kind of refocus and lock in and be able to put something out that you're passionate about, from your angle, like you feel good about it, you're passionate about it, and you want everybody else to understand it.
I would say what I've been doing lately is keeping a journal. So I'm journaling regularly, and if I listen to some beats or, obviously I listen to music every day. That's not me. So when I'm going to sit down and listen to something like in some instrumentals or something, I'll go and try to draw on from what's been happening with me lately or some of the thoughts that I've been having, because I'm not going to remember everything. But when I take the notes, it allows me like a space to kind of brainstorm, and then I can kind of play with melodies and then start to figure out what I'm trying to say around that.
Dang.
Do you feel like you went through resistance to get to your sound? Meaning, a lot of days now, a lot of people don't want to make R&B music, want to make more rap or more like drill, whatever it is. But you going a completely different route of sound, right? And to be honest, man, I love 90s R&B music because I feel like that music is unmatched.
Yeah.
People ain't making that style of music no more.
Facts.
And now you coming across yourself, and I'm listening to some of your music you make, I'm like, okay, I can see how you're trying to dive back into that lane, but not be all the way there,
Right.
but be just a slightly different. So like, I applaud you for that, but also I just want to ask you, like, how does that resistance feel when you like, hey, here's my sound, here's what I'm trying to put out? Like, do you feel like people are like, nah, bro, or do you feel like people are like, yeah, that's a new sound, that's what we need?
Right.
Yeah. And more the latter.
Yeah.
That's more the reaction that I'm getting, the more the response that I'm getting. One of my engineer, my main producer, he's out in Miami now, and he tried to push me in this direction earlier on when we first started recording together. But I don't know. I guess I just needed time. But Life.
You know,
I figured it out though.
exactly.
I feel like I'm figuring it out. I should say.
Right.
That's what
I'm figuring it
That's
out.
what our name Halftime is all about, right? It's just like going back to the drawing board and making adjustments and making changes, right? Like that's what you have to do in life in general.
Constantly.
It don't matter if you up in the game, if you down in the game. You gotta make changes and make adjustments. So that's dope. And I'm glad you listened and you stuck to it because again, bro, like if you weren't doing that type of music, who was gonna do it? Nobody. You feel me?
That's true.
You know what I mean? I know there's people in your lane, but
How you would do it. And there's nobody else that would do it the way you would do it.
How
Like
you
God
see
made you
it
unique. So you
from the experiences that you had, from the roots that you had, like you can draw very small differences, but sometimes the small things are always the big things.
Yeah, that's what sets you apart.
right.
You feel me?
And what else do you like pull from? You know, what may not your like normal fans get from you? Like, cause they following your music, but what outside of music, you know, do you like to do or hobbies or what interests you outside that you may pull from? Obviously to bring it back in, but just in general too. Like, what else interests you outside of that?
I'm big on like fitness. I like to go run and lift, work out. So I got a community here that that encourages that and that supports that, and friends I can go, train with, hang out with. I really love the music community here is very welcoming. It's amazing. It's been so amazing. All the open mic events, the different shows that I've done since I've been here. It's been awesome, and I love to travel. So the beginning of this year, I've just been going to a lot of different cities, performing in different cities. I did New York, a couple of shows in New York. I did Philly. I did Boston. I was back home, did a show over there. I did South by Southwest. I did like 10 shows that week from Dallas, Houston, to
Yep.
Boston.
All the way the whole triangle. Yep.
And then
What city surprised you the most as far as like love that you received?
New York.
Yeah.
New York was so fun. I didn't. Yeah, I'll be skeptical about New York sometimes, cause I'm from Boston, so we got some, I would say maybe some misconceptions.
Yeah.
You know how people be looking at other people from different places. They don't know. They think they know, but they don't know.
100%.
So I always be kind of cautious. But I had a great time in New York. It was awesome.
I feel like New York too. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not from the East Coast. I lived in D.C. for a couple of years when I was doing work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like when I was out in D.C. and I would meet people from New York, they would, off of accent, I just heard East Coast. They heard something completely different. They knew where you were from, what city you were from, what borough you were from, based off how your dialect. And that's, to me, that's what's crazy.
That is crazy.
Is that you go to East Coast, you be in New York City, like, oh, you from Jersey down by Red Bank. Like, how you know that? Because he opened his mouth. You know what I'm saying? They different up there, bro. Y'all different, bro. That's crazy.
That's funny.
I ain't gonna lie. So it's kind of like, what made you like say, you know what? Let me move from the East Coast to come to Texas.
Yeah.
Was it just music?
No, I used to be a tennis coach.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
tennis coach, huh?
Yeah, I played tennis growing up, and I played college tennis. And then I got into coaching early. I was like about 20. I left college. I was only there for a year, so I left. And I started coaching actually at the program where I grew up playing. The main program I grew up playing at in my neighborhood. So I worked there for about 4 or 5 years. I found an opportunity over here to, more like an opportunity presented itself to me. And my mom's had recently passed. So it felt like a good time for a bit of a fresh start and just kind of switch up from what I'm used to. And, when you live somewhere, like somewhere's home to you, there could be a lot of baggage that comes with being in that environment. So I thought it was necessary for me to separate myself from that and, try something new and go in a different direction with my life. And then when I decided to go full on with the music and, put tennis kind of behind me or off to the side, it just felt like the right time.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you getting those convictions every day that you making the right moves, that's all that matter. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sure, I started off at track and here I am podcasting.
Right.
We
You know
should
what I
work
mean?
out.
We should work out.
Germany Park.
But what I'll tell you right now,
A wicked move.
I ain't getting on no tennis court with you though, cause I can't swing. I can't swing for a damn thing.
I took a tennis lesson back in the day.
Boy,
But I'm not confused about my skill level relative to somebody who's playing. But I mean, I can probably put racket to ball, you know, at the very minimum.
Man,
If you can rally a little bit, as long as you spending more time hitting than you spending picking up.
Okay,
it's fun.
yeah, there you go.
Like
That's a
you
good
going
rule.
back and forth. You know what I'm saying? I can see that. I mess with that for sure. So like, if you don't mind me asking, man, like how was that? You know, that transition from, you know, saying, hey, you know, I just lost my mother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pack up everything, because I know a lot of people watching. I've talked with a few people that sometimes people can get stuck in a rut, and they can let life not allow them to live life.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that's a tough situation probably to go through. So I don't know if you want to just kind of expand on that a little.
Yeah, I would love to. I think it's very easy to get consumed by grief and sadness and depression. Like, that shit can very quickly take over your psyche and kind of almost become your identity. So I think it was good for me to be grounded and to have support at home, from my family and from my friends as well. That was really important for me, and to also have a foundation for me to turn to when I'm feeling, you know, low. It's also important for me to stay active and keep doing stuff. I didn't wallow in my sadness. I didn't sit and allow myself to just be in that. There were times I would take to, you know, feel that, cry, go through my, you know, my process by myself. There were times I would cry randomly sometimes, you know, when I just think about my mother or just have a memory or something. And, you know, some of those moments were tough, but I think embracing it is what allowed me to get through it, you know.
You got to sit in it and like digest it, honestly. Like, that's the only way to ever get through that stuff. If you ignore it or bottle it up, it's going to come out. It may not come out today, but it's going to come out.
It could almost make it worse, for real.
You know, I think the big thing about being vulnerable is by letting go, right? And a lot of times, the thing about in life is that we gotta learn how to, unfortunately, let things go. You know what I mean? Even one day, like, we all gonna be gone. We gotta let go of our own life one day, right? So it's about appreciating what's happening in the process, and just trying to stay positive and keep a good mindset. And that's why when you said, like, you know, your background, you talked about, you know, kind of incorporating that into your music and trying to bring back a new, I would say, melodic sound that, you know, our generation really needs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that's dope to be, in a way, vulnerable, because you're in the lane where very, very few people are in.
Yeah, I'm just putting myself out.
You're just putting yourself out there, and it's like it's gonna be a different sound maybe than what you heard before, but you're gonna accept it or you're not. You're gonna like it or you're not. And I think a lot of times people can go into situations where there's podcasting, music, any type of career choice, they do it because this is what other people gonna like.
Right.
It's not
sorry to cut you off. One thing I just wanted to make sure I did mention, though, because I'm not really like super religious. I don't like to do the corny religious shit, but I wanted to also mention that just having the foundation in the faith and understanding, like, this is God's will. This, like you said, you can't control everything. Like, we want to have this, like, we feel like if we force it, we can mold it, like we can make it be what we want it to. But there's so many things that are just completely out of our control. So letting go and trusting God and believing in my faith, and
That's huge.
Just letting life happen. And at the end of the day, you just go with it, and hey.
That was good.
That was a good one, man. Like, I wish more people would have the understanding that, like, it's not even about, like you said, it's not even about the corny religious stuff. Because I am a believer, but the thing is that I believe in principles, and principles apply to life. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about the fairy tale bullshit that everybody else be talking about. I don't care about that. I care about what can I apply to my life to make my life better today. You feel me?
Right.
And there's so many things that people can use as far as principles, like real shit to apply to your life, but then people don't use that, and then they look at everything else around them like, woe was me. Nah, it's not woe was you. You gotta. Everybody going through this dirty ass shit anyway.
Right.
You gotta dust that shit off and keep going.
Yeah.
And that's what, bro. I just want to applaud you, Marky. Like that's dope, man.
No, it is. It definitely is. And I feel like that's something that we always talk about on here, is being able to kind of go through that stuff. So you just articulated it so well. Like, you kind of, there was really not, I don't want to add anything and take
Real life
anything from it, 'cause
example,
that was
you
the
feel me?
perfect example. Like, yeah, exactly.
Real life example, and that's what we talk about on this podcast, man. Like,
it's finding that, like, through your own experiences, and like you said, but you had to sit in some of those hard experiences. You had to digest and decide what was right for you, and then trust him to like make other stuff happen on the back end, or to show you the way when you didn't see the way. Like, that's like daily life for a lot of people, and not a lot of people talk about that. Not a lot of people talk about being scared or being, in the unknown, and just having to trust or have faith when you can't really see, you know what I'm saying, where you actually going.
Yeah.
You just really trying to trust, like, I feel like this is where you taking me, you know, like, that's a hard thing to do, and it's really a hard thing to live in, like, day after day after day, you know, because, again, that uncertainty and stuff, especially if you're not refilling your faith, like, the uncertainty, it slowly will eat at you, you know, and it'll try to get you. So if you don't have good friends, like you talked about, if you don't have, like, somewhere to go replenish yourself and remind yourself why you're
fill
in
your cup. You feel me?
then it all dwindles out, and you become inconsistent with, like, whatever you're trying to build or be.
Yeah,
You know?
man. That's dope, bro. Like, what you got going on? You got any shows coming up or anything like that? Like, what's up, man?
So I'm dropping a single on the 3rd.
Okay.
I'm dropping a new song called New Friend.
Okay.
Maybe we could drop that in the intro of the episode.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
Put it in there.
We can wait until the 3rd to drop, and then if you want to send it to me, I'll put it in the top for sure. Top of the top.
So I'm dropping New Friend. I'm going to Europe in about 4 weeks. So up until I leave, I'm going to just be doing Monday nights at the Love Mic over at Sundown of Granada. Then I'm going to do Balcony Club after Sundown of Granada. Then on Tuesdays, I'll be at Dallas Social over in Bishop Arts doing the open mic there as well.
Bet.
Gonna have to tap in. Yeah,
We're gonna make sure we put all that stuff in the body of the, you know what I'm saying, so they can see that.
Yep.
And y'all, if our Dallas fans, we know we got Biscuit Head live in Dallas, so I know we got people in Dallas.
For real.
Y'all make sure
show
y'all
love.
pull up, man. Show some love, man. Like that's what we want this community to be about. We want to be able to bring people together to not only celebrate each other, because we all go through this thing called life, but also, man, like, we want to be able to show love to people like yourself, dog. Like, continue to do what you do, because you got people like us that's supporting you, that's in your corner. And if anybody got anything to say at all, they can come see us. You feel me? That's how we rock over here, man. So I'm telling y'all, man, please tap in with my man. And before we get ready to go, man, you want to share any last message to any follower or anybody that's hoping to listen to your music soon?
I was just gonna piggyback off the other idea that you had said, where it was like, yeah, the shit is happening to you, but then sometimes people have the opposite reaction. It's like, everything is happening to them, and then they have a lack of responsibility. They blame everything on everything else. Everyone else.
If this wouldn't have happened, and this, I wouldn't be here.
They throw a stone and hide their hand.
Right.
And that's what I love about that. Again, going back to the principle of what got taught, not necessarily, you know, the fairy tales. Like he said, like, if anybody could say they without sin, cast a stone. Nobody could. So it's like y'all like, that's a beautiful point to end on too. It's like, we gotta understand that we have to take responsibility.
Take responsibility for your life. Take responsibility for the things you want. It's not because you just didn't have an opportunity. You might not have had an opportunity yet.
Or a fair shake, but it's coming.
Right. Stay down and believe in yourself.
My dog, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. And with that said, Halftime family, we out.
toasted up, but your ladies, they been fighting for some bucks. Can't even hate, grab a cup and toast it up. Yo, last nigga, that nigga was lame as fuck. Got to the city, so you pulled up to the party, yeah. We out in Dallas and that bitch look like a